I'm Kanika, the diagnosed sociopath. Today I'm going to look at the sociopaths and psychopaths of TikTok and the cringe that they have to offer. Let's jump in.
Diagnosed psychopath, and this is my friend Josh. And today we're going to talk about what it's like being friends with me. Josh is one of the people that I'm actually genuinely friends with. I think I've talked about this in another video about how I have real friends and fake friends. Me and Josh have a genuine friendship. So Josh, when did you know, or have you always known that I was a psychopath, or that?
I don't necessarily look at someone and say do I think they're a psychopath?
Probably about the first 30 minutes I met you.
But after we became friends, there was I never really thought oh, she's a psychopath. It's just you say things jokingly with your friends like that's crazy, or that you're a psychopath. That just started happening more and more and more and more, and I was and then we talked about it, and I was oh word, you're a psychopath. One of the moments that sticks out to me is you had just gotten out of a relationship, and we were driving back home, and we were talking about it, and you were just yeah, I'm just in the grieving phase right now. In a couple months I'll just be I'll be in this phase, and then in a little more I'll be in this phase. And I was what do you mean? You are talking about your life as if you're a third person to your own life, and you can just you know where you're gonna be in another time, and you can you are fully self-aware about what point of the grieving stage you are. That's crazy. You're a psychopath.
I process emotions logically.
Yeah.
So I don't know, things like that. That's just how I process them.
I don't know where to begin on this one, because this is a girl whose videos I have been sent because people tell me that she's copying my content. And honestly, I know that's meant to be a form of flattery, but when it comes out like this, nobody needs that. Nobody. I don't think that being logical about a breakup makes one a psychopath. I also think this girl has a little bit too much light to her. Apparently watching the Pirates of the Caribbean at age 5 turned this girl into a psychopath. Not conduct disorder or anything serious like that. It was Pirates of the Caribbean. For me personally, it was Happy Feet. A lot about this girl, because let's just say we've had some interactions, but something tells me that nobody is asking her what it's like to be a sociopath, primarily because she isn't one. As far as we all know, she got diagnosed with borderline personality disorder, and she also has a viewership made up of her mother and probably her grandmother.
You don't know the half of the abuse. So welcome to the room of people who have rooms of people that they love one day docked away. Just because we check the guns at the door doesn't mean our brains will change from hand grenades. You loving on the psychopath sitting next to you. You loving on the murderer sitting next to you. You think I'd get this sitting next to you. But after all I've said, please don't forget, all my friends are heathens, take it slow.
She seriously made this video and thought that it was fit for public consumption. Let that sink in. I don't know what to tell you, but no, you won't see the antisocial next to you at school, because you can't have ASPD when you're in school. You can have conduct disorder, but you can't really have full-blown ASPD. Let's be real here. And the fact that apparently there are sociopaths and psychopaths everywhere, considering we make up, 1% of the general population, I find that slightly unlikely. Especially when you're a BPD trying to spot ASPD. It's just not going to happen.
We are a DID system who is also autistic, some of which have ASPD. There is not a lot of overlap, but there is some which can lead to some cases of misdiagnosis, but it is possible to be born autistic and to develop ASPD given the right trauma. First experience I want to cover has to do with rule following. Both autistics and people with ASPD do have a tendency to break rules. However, the rules in the case of the ASPD tend to cross over into grounds for arrest territory or violation of other people's rights. Our experience is that we do have a sort of fixation on rule following, but they have to be rules that benefit us. We also extend that a lot to our community, because what affects our community also affects.
Why does it look like they are crawling out of their mother's basement which, by the way, is probably covered in black and pentagrams, because all sociopaths must be satanic, right? Now, this particular creature, I don't know what to call them. It's a DID system of autism and sociopathy. Just when I think that I can't scrape any lower of the barrel, this happens.
One thing I think about constantly with antisocial personality disorder is how majority of that founding research was gathered in prisons. What do you think that's going to do to the research? Do you think that's not going to affect it in any way? Yes, it's notable that people with this condition frequently have run-ins with the law and disrespect authority and such, but, and this is the logic because once again, antisocial, not necessarily meaning antisocial in the way of I don't like interacting with people, it means I am against society. If those laws are laws that are made to inflict punishment among the poor for being poor, and rich people can pay their way out of them, there is no reason I need to follow them. That is light years away from I am violating boundaries and making people uncomfortable for fun.
This person, I don't know what their pronouns are, I don't know anything about them, so I'm just going to say them, has got some points, right? Because yes, antisocial means antisocial norms, not antisocial as in I don't want to talk to you. Not that anyone could accuse them of being people that want to talk to other people. I don't think they've left the basement in a long time. What I find really interesting though is, of course, it's another satanic person with black and red hair and, you know, all of that paraphernalia around. I don't know what makes them think that sociopathy lines up with the occult. Like, it literally has nothing to do with that whatsoever. But they go out of their way to make the most cringe videos that are painful to stomach. Like, this is actually hurting me watching this. Is this some form of empathy that I've developed? Because God help me and God help these people, because they've turned to Lucifer at this point. And Lucifer's not doing them any favors. Look at how they look. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video, because hopefully one of us felt that. If you want more of these, please let me know, because I'm more than happy to do them as long as I don't, you know, pass away from... I'll be back soon.